back to my channel. I'm your host Mohsin Ali and you are watching Global Scope News. Today we are diving into a very important issue involving UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and the alleged involvement of Labour Party volunteers in the US presidential election. This has stirred up a lot of talks, especially with Trump's team filing a complaint filing a complaint about what they see as foreign interference in their campaign. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss any update and any important news around the globe. Let's break down what's happening here. The Trump campaign is accusing Labour Party volunteers from the UK of helping Kamala Harris in the US presidential election. They are calling this blatant foreign interference, which is quite a serious accusation. It all started when about 100 volunteers from the Labour Party were found to be supporting Harris' campaign. While foreign nationals are allowed to volunteer in political campaigns in the US, they must not be paid. So, technically, as long as these volunteers were not getting paid, they weren't breaking any rules. Absolutely. Sir Keir Starmer himself has addressed this issue, saying that the volunteers were acting in their own time and on their own dime. He even went on to say that they were staying with other volunteers and that the Labour Party had not funded or organized any of this. This is a crucial statement. He met with Donald Trump last month, and during that meeting, they had a constructive talk. Starmer feels that his relationship with Trump will not be affected by this issue. But it's clear that the Trump campaign is not happy. The complaint filed by Trump's team also referenced history, bringing up the war of independence between the United States and the UK, and pointed out that the British interference did not work out well back then either. This complaint even named high level Labour officials like Morgan Starmer's chief of staff and Matthew Doyle, who is the director of communications. Both were said to have met with Kamala Harris' team and attended the Democratic Convention in Chicago. This shows that some key figures from the Labour have been closely involved. Even thoughts the Labour Party is saying that these trips were done on personal time and funded by the volunteers themselves. It seems that this issue has caused some awkwardness, particularly since the election is only a couple of weeks away. The timing Talking about the timing of this could not be worse for Starmer, as Labour has invested a lot of effort into building relationships with the Donald Trump campaign. It's a delicate situation because if Trump wins the election, this could put a strain on UK US relations. Even thoughts, Stammer says he can work with whoever wins. This controversy might make things harder for him if Trump is re elected. There was also a special media post from Sofia Patel, Labour's head of operations, which added fuel to the fire. In her post, she mentioned that she had spots available for volunteers who wanted to travel to North Carolina to support Kamala Harris. This post has since been deleted, but the damage was already done. It was seen as proof that Labour staff were actively working to help the Democrats, which only strengthened Trump's campaign. Starmer, on the other hand, has tried to downplay this entire issue. He said that these volunteers have been doing this for many elections, not just in the US, but around the world. He believes that is not that unusual and that people are free to spend their own time and money however they like. However, it's uh, it's undeniable that this has brought some tensions between him and Trump, who could very well win the upcoming election. Starmer is trying to treat carefully, reassuring everyone that he had a good dinner with Trump and that they maintain a good relationship. He even mentions that he will work with whoever the American people choose as their president. At the same time, we need to consider how this is playing out in the US. Trump's team seems to be making the most out of this controversy. They are they are painting Labour's involvement as a serious breach of American sovereignty. This kind of a message might resonate with some voters, especially those who are already concerned about foreign interference. Trump Trump has used this to his advantage, playing on the fear that foreign actors be might be influencing in the election. It's possible that this issue could help him gain support in these final weeks of the campaign. On the other hand, the one and only Kamala Harris has not commented much on the issue. However, being linked to Labour might not be such a bad thing for her. Labour has had some big wins in recent elections, and Harris could benefit from the strategies that worked so well for Starmer and his team. Let's suppose if Harris wins the election, it could be the start of a closer relationship between Labour and the Democrats. This could lead to better cooperation between the UK and the US on various fronts, especially giving the shared values between the two parties. We also need to think about what this means for the future of elections. The US allows foreign volunteers to participate in their campaigns as long as they are unpaid. But this policy might come under more scrutiny now. People will start asking if these volunteers, even if they are not paid, are still having an undue influence on the election. Could their involvement affect that outcome? This is a question that could spark the further debate, especially in the age of globalized politics where campaigns are increasingly crossing borders. At the end of the day, it's clear that the controversy has put Sir Keir Starmer in a tricky position. He is trying to maintain a good relationship with Trump while also defending his party's right to volunteer in the US election. So whether or not this will damage his relationship with Trump remains to be seen. What's clear is that this issue has added another layer of complexity to an already intense election season in the United States. Both the Labour Party and Trump's campaign are now at the center of a political storm, and we will have to wait to see how this plays out as the election day gets closer. So that's all for today's analysis. Thank you for watching Global Scope News. I am Mohsin Ali, and I hope this analysis has helped you understand the situation better. Until the next video, take care, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until the next video, take care.